Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I got another great video for you guys today, as usual. You guys know the deal on this channel. We must continue to set the record straight, stop the lies, stop the narrative, stop them from rewriting history, hold these guys to the standard, man. Right? When you hold these guys to the standard, they get exposed, guys. And we're going to talk about Kevin Durant in this video, man, because Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns lose again. And for the second straight playoff game, the Phoenix Suns have been unable to hit 100 points. They gave in 100 points. They scored, I believe, 95 points the first game in game one and 93 points, I believe, last night. Or 93, whatever case may be. They haven't broke 100 points in the game. And Kevin Durant, they keep trying to tell us, is the most skilled offensive player in the history of the game. This man is a front runner extraordinaire. I've told you that Kevin Durant's offensive score, his skills on the offensive end are completely overblown, man. He's one of the biggest front runners in NBA history. We're going to talk about in this video, guys, because once again, the Suns get exposed. Kevin Durant gets exposed, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly humbled by all support. It means a lot, guys. Shout out to everybody out there for real, man. I am truly, truly humbled, man. You guys commenting, liking my videos, subscribing to the channel, all of that stuff, guys. I really appreciate it, guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, last night, Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns lose again to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Right? And they lost handedly again. Like I said, another double-digit loss. And they have not even been able to crack 100 points in either one of these playoff games. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves were the number one defensive rated team in the NBA this season. I did not even know that. But they're the number one rated defensive team. And when we think about that, once again, this exposes Kevin Durant and what I'm talking to you guys about. Now, first thing we must understand is that being the number one defensive rated team of this era is a lot different than being a number one defensive rated team in the early 2000s or the 90s or the 80s or something like that, right? We think about some of the great defensive teams of those eras, right? The San Antonio Spurs of the 2000s, right, were a very good defensive team. The New Jersey Nets of the early 2000s were a very good defensive team. The Detroit Pistons of the early 2000s, the early to mid 2000s, were an excellent defensive team. We think about some of the great defensive teams in the 90s. The Chicago Bulls, one of the great defensive teams of that era, right? We think about teams like the Detroit Pistons in the 80s, one of the all-time great defensive teams, right? These teams also had physicality. Not only did they have great individual defensive players, but they had great team defense, right? And they were physical. This is what made them great defensive teams, right? We think about the Knicks of the early 90s, right? One of the really good defensive teams. So we think about the Minnesota Timberwolves of this era and we compare it to some of the other great defensive teams in past eras. It's not the same. We understand that it's a different game today. It's not as physical. It's different. And this is what I'm always telling you guys. Kevin Durant is exposed. All of these quote-unquote skills that Kevin Durant has would be negated in the 80s, the 90s, even the early 2000s, man, with some of these physical, tough defensive teams that were allowed to put their hands on you, allowed to bang you around, right? Essentially, they were allowed to foul you up and down the court. Man, they weren't really going to get called for as many fouls, right? That's how the game was played. So Kevin Durant has been exposed, guys. If he's not a front runner on a front-running team like the Golden State Warriors, what has this man done since he's left Golden State? Once again, I do not want to hear about the injury for Kevin Durant, right? Yes, he had a very bad Achilles injury in the 2019 playoffs or the finals. We understand all of that. That was several seasons ago. And once again, there's no excuses. If Kevin Durant's, the man missed an entire season, right? So he was able to miss an entire season, do the recovery, right? Do all of these things, right? To come back. So now that Kevin Durant's back, I don't want to hear excuses about the injuries that he had in his career. Once again, Kevin Durant's game is not predicated on his athleticism. It's supposed to be predicated on his skills. So once again, they use the injury as an excuse, but if he was so skilled, the injury would not have the impact that it would on somebody who uses athleticism to determine their offensive game, right? I.e. a Russell Westbrook, right? Who most of his offensive game was predicated on his athleticism, his ability to get up and down the court, use his quickness, right? Go into the rim, things of that nature. Kevin Durant's game was never predicated on his athleticism because he wasn't an all-world or great athlete. He's tall, lanky, right? He moves awkward out there to me sometimes as far as athleticism is concerned. He's not a high flyer, even though he's damn near 7 feet tall. right? So when we think about those things, if he's the most skilled basketball player, once again, you hear guys like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant's name always brought up as the most skilled players on the offensive game, on the offensive side in history of the game. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant's team cannot even score over 100 points in a game. And I don't want to hear about the Minnesota Timberwolves defensive presence, them being the number one rated defensive team. Because don't we always hear about other guys in past eras, right, not being that great when they were going against all-time great defensive teams? The numbers that they did not put up against the all-time great defensive teams, and these teams were physical defensive teams. They were legit defending, playing legit defense. In this week's soft era, this is not the real defense, guys. And like I said, I give the Minnesota Timberwolves a lot of respect. Jaden McDaniels, like I said, Anthony Edwards. I give these guys, Rudy Gobert, I give them some credit, like I said, for going out there and really stepping all over the Phoenix Suns. But once again, all this does is expose Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. These guys are a bunch of soft, feminine dudes, man. There's no leadership among any of them. I told you, Devin Booker is a straight-up Kardashian out there playing basketball, man. He's a TikTok guy. He's a reality star playing basketball, man. He ain't got no heart, no toughness. He's not. He got no swag. And then you have a Kevin Durant. Same thing for Kevin Durant. This dude has no swag. He's not tough. He got no leadership. He got no real heart to me. Kevin Durant. Where's the aggression out there for Kevin Durant? Where is it? Where's his heart at? You guys can't even manage to go over 100 points. You get beat down by double digits in both games. The Phoenix Suns are supposed to be in contender. Kevin Durant's supposed to be the great. Like, these people are arguing that Kevin Durant's greater than Larry Bird. You really have these fools, these fake fans who believe that Kevin Durant is somehow greater than Larry Bird or anywhere near Larry Bird. It's laughable, guys, at best. Laughable. The impact that Larry Bird had on the basketball court, on his teammates, is unmatched by Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant does not make the people around him better. He doesn't. Did he make James Harden better? Did he make Russell Westbrook better? Russell Westbrook actually won an MVP without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's only MVP came playing with Russell Westbrook. But they want you to believe that Russell Westbrook is garbage. Kevin Durant couldn't win with Russell Westbrook. No, the problem was Kevin Durant could not maximize a Russell Westbrook or be a true leader on the Oklahoma City Thunder because he's not a leader. He was never a leader, and he never will be a leader. He's a bus rider, like Charles Barkley says, never going to be a bus driver. He wasn't a bus driver on the Golden State Warriors. No, he was added to that team, a well-oiled machine, and they drop into Kevin Durant. Right? And he front-runned his way to a MVP, a Finals MVP, to 2 Finals MVPs. Playing against the sorry LeBron James, right? Who didn't come to play in the finals. So once again, does anybody respect Kevin Durant's 2 championships? No, they don't. We laugh at this fool. Kevin Durant is a clown, man. He's a clown. I don't care what anybody says about him and his skills and his overall game. He's an all-time great, but he's a clown. He's an all-time clown, an all-time front runner. That's all he does. He's only great when his team is stacked. When his team ain't stacked, where is he? What? He's stepping on the three-point line. Oh, man, they're looking at Kevin Durant stepping on the three-point line. This is what you hear the Kevin Durant fans say. More excuses for Kevin Durant. All these guys get excuses made. His foot was on the line. Where was he against the Brooklyn Nets the following season? Right? Over there averaging 5 turnovers a game in that series. 5 turnovers a game, guys, against the Boston Celtics, getting ripped by Marcus Smart. And once again, Kevin Durant's exposed. Anytime these guys going against perceived tough defense, these guys are exposed, man. They are. They flounder. They flop around. Where's Kevin Durant scoring at? Where's all the offensive skills from a Kevin Durant? I don't understand it. This guy should be dropping 35, 40 points every night. If he's the most skilled player in the history of the game, I told you, all I keep hearing is how Kyrie Irving is one of the most skilled players in the history of the game, if not the most skilled, and Kevin Durant is the most skilled basketball player on the offensive side in the history of the game. If that's the case, where the hell are Kevin Durant's skills when it matters most? His skills are only there when he's on Golden State. That's the only time he has skills. That's the only time that he can front run and look amazing is when he's on the stacked Golden State Warriors super team that he created. Other than that, where's Kevin Durant been? He's been nowhere. He's been exposed, just like he's been exposed in this playoff series so far, with the Phoenix Suns down 2-0. Like I said, they lost by double digits in both games. They haven't even cracked 100 points in either game. And like I said, the Minnesota Timberwolves are the #1 defensive rated team in the league this season. Not saying much in this era of NBA, but for what it's worth, they're the #1 defensive team. And look at Kevin Durant, struggling again. This is Kevin Durant, guy. I tell you, man, I don't respect Kevin Durant, his overall game. I don't, man. He's a poor rebounder for his size. His playmaking ability is not there. His leadership has never been there. Where's the leadership for guys like Devin Booker and Bradley Beal and the Nurkic's of the world, the Grayson Allens, who went down with an injury? Where's the leadership from a Kevin Durant? There's no leadership. There's no heart, no grit from a Kevin Durant. I told you, Kevin Durant wants to go out there, score 25, 27 points, 28 points, and then go home. That's all it is for Kevin Durant. There's nothing else. No defense, no defensive presence. So he's not going to shut down his opposition. He won't do it. And he ain't scoring the ball at a high volume. The man's averaging, 24 points a game in these 2 games? 1 assist? It's a joke, man. 6 rebounds? Come on, man. Once again, exposed. No offensive rebounds last night for Kevin Durant. So whatever the amount of rebounds he had, none of them are offensive because he ain't hustling out there on the boards. Like I said, he's not shutting down anybody on the other side of the ball. You know, James McDaniels going to work on these guys. Like it's a joke, man. Come on. Anthony Edwards didn't even have a great game yesterday. And the Suns still lost by double digits. Where's Kevin Durant at? He's greater than Larry Bird. He's the most skilled offensive player in the history. Oh, Kevin Durant, 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan. You can't stop his jump shot, the silky smooth. Where is all of that in the playoffs? Where's all that when it matters most? Where was all that during the regular season? The Suns finished in the 6th seed, and the only reason they finished in the 6th seed and not the play-in is because it seems like the Sacramento Kings folded up and the Pelicans folded up. Other than that, they would have been in the play-in. But they want to talk to us about Kevin Durant's skills on the offensive end. Where are the skills when it matters most? Where are they? They're not there. They point to these guys' stats and these weak numbers to be like, oh, yeah, these guys are skilled, man. You can't stop Kevin Durant's jump shot. He'll shoot right over the top of you. Then why did he not do this last night? Why did he not shoot over his last night? I'm telling you guys right now, the players that today that they say are so skilled, the Kevin Durants of the world, they would not be that way in the 90s. I'm telling you right now, it's not going down like that. Kevin Durant can't dribble the basketball with those long, lanky legs, those long, lanky arms, that sweeping crossover. That is a pick all day long in the 90s, guys. They'll rip him all day long, all day. Kevin Durant would not be able to dribble the ball a lick in the 90s, guys. He would have to go down to the block and develop a really good post-up game. But the problem for Kevin Durant is he's so frail and skinny, he would have to gain weight to do that. Because in that era, they would bang him and bump him right off the block. He would end up not having no post-up abilities with his soft, frail body. And he would not be able to dribble the ball on the perimeter against these elite defensive players, the guys who are given the effort, who are allowed to be physical with you and push you and all these other things. I'm telling you, it's cookies all day on a Kevin Durant. Dude is soft, man. So he would not be that dude in the 90s. I'm telling you right now, Kevin Durant is not winning an MVP in the 90s. He's not. To me, he's not a #1 guy in the 90s. He's not. His game ain't like that. I'm so tired of hearing about these guys' games. Where are the games? Where are the skills? Where's the rebounding from Kevin Durant? Damn it, where's the defense from Kevin Durant? Damn it, where's the leadership? Where is it? He don't galvanize his teammates. He don't make them better. None of this stuff. Out there lollygagging, going through the motions. But he'll say stuff like, yo, I'm Kevin Durant. You know my name. Yeah, we know your name, man. Your name is soft. Your name is front runner. Front running Kevin Durant. Can never lead his own team a damn place. Got Devin Booker, Bradley Beal on his team. Can't even score 100 points. Can't score 100 points. 2 playoff games. Can't score 100 points. Now, I'm not saying, once again, that the series is over. You know, I don't do those things on this channel. I'm not saying these guys are done. It's over. It's going to be a sweep. None of this stuff. What I'm saying is Kevin Durant's been exposed. Dude, where are you? You cannot be called the greatest or the most skilled player of all time, but your team can't score 100 points in 2 playoff games. You haven't even hit 30 in either playoff game. Your shooting is atrocious. Your overall game is not there. But you're the most skilled player on the offensive end. I tell you, these guys get exposed, man, when you hear these fools make these generic statements about the skills of these players. The skills ain't translating to a damn thing. To a damn thing. Once again, the Timberwolves beat down on the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are supposed to be contenders. The Minnesota Timberwolves literally have no experience. Kevin Durant should have that veteran experience, that leadership. Can't do it. Devin Booker soft. Kevin Durant soft. I told you, they're like the golden girls of the NBA. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, man. 3 soft, feminine fools who try to act tough every once in a while. You ever see Devin Booker try to trash talk and talk tough? Dude looks like an idiot. You ever see Bradley Beal? He did that stupid look. Like, Bradley Beal, you're a clown, man. You're a soft fool. Always injured, always dealing with an injury. Body is frail, man. Where's Bradley Beal? And Kevin Durant. You know my name, I'm Kevin Durant. We know you're a fool, man. You're a straight clown, Kevin Durant. Still can't do a single push-up to save your life. Can't do a single pull-up to save his life. But you're out here talking tough. Ain't gained no weight. Can't get a decent haircut. Your overall game is lacking, Kevin Durant. I'm not buying the skills of Kevin Durant. Where are the skills? Where's Kevin Durant been since since Golden State? Where the hell has he been? Where is he? Bouncing from team to team, getting coaches fired, asking for trades. Dude's a joke, man. Front-running joke. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.